and welcome to. Wait, we know the devil? Are you sure about that?
No, I'm not. Sorry, I immediately lost my ability to take that seriously. The
Mm-hmm.
funny thing is, Juliet, I don't think I do know the devil. I've heard about this thing called the devil, but unfortunately, I'm what we in the business call an atheist Hindu, which means I don't have any real sense of what the devil is. So to pull back the joke, the idea is I have virtually no familiarity with Christianity. I have I could probably tell you about like 5 things from Christianity. So I do have a rough sense of what the devil is, but I have very little familiarity with the theology around this being. What I
Mm-hmm.
do know is We Know the Devil, the game by AVB and Mia Schwartz. Is that her name? It's been so
Let's
long.
look at the credits.
Writer AVB, art and creative direction Mia Schwartz. Yes, I did get that right. Okay,
Great.
so I have played this game
Do you want to
a few
introduce
different
yourself?
times. Huh?
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, yes, my name's Kavita. uh, I just took it as for granted that people would know me. My
Mm-hmm.
name's Kavita. I make RPGs. Uh, you may know me from Songs for the Dusk, and probably nothing else. I don't know how. I don't think that Sunblack has made it off co-host yet. But
Mm-hmm.
if you, I design RPGs, and I've been friends with Juliet for at least 3 years now, if
A
not longer.
billion years, yeah. I, Juliet, am well acquainted with the devil, is what I would say, but have never played this game. I have zero experience. Kavi was asking me, like, oh, what characters do you know? I know zero of the character names. For a long time, I was too afraid to play this game because I thought it was like a slasher horror game. Like a Friday the 13th sort of situation, or the story that some people may know as Bible Camp Bloodbath and or The Summer is Ended and We Are Not Yet Saved, the Joey Camo short story that then became a novel, I believe. But I don't. It turns out that might not actually be what this is, which is exciting. I don't know how to go, how deep to go in on my experience with Christianity and the devil. Though people who have listened to the previous series, Heaven Will Be Mirtazapine, eagle-eared listeners might recognize that I've talked about hearing the voice of God before in that series. And I think that's episode 3. Um, I'm familiar to the point of acquainted, with like a connaît and a savoir, Um, all of which
Don't
is
know
to
what those
say,
words mean.
uh,
Oh wait,
um,
French. Sorry, no, I know
yeah,
what those words mean now.
saber connaître, I think. I don't know every language, unfortunately, but I'm excited to hit new game.
Let's go.
We are drenched in sunscreen and bug spray and incense. We feel gross, look gross, and smell gross. We're sunburned and bug bitten, and behind us is the devil, every annoyance of summer nipping at our heels. Being in the Summer Scouts sucks incredibly. The cabins are stuffy, the beds are gross, the food is grosser. The counselors only sing about Jesus, and they won't let us have a transformation sequence.
God, you
We,
truly know nothing about this
I
game.
know nothing about this game. This is a photograph in the background, I believe.
Yes.
We can't wait until a week from now when the 3 of us are home in our beds. We won't have to think about what we do or don't deserve, and we can leave cleaning up the devil to someone else. I. The other thing I think this game isn't, otherwise I think someone would let me know if it was, is this is not like a conversion therapy camp, right?
Um,
Or
that
not explicitly.
it is not specifically a conversion therapy camp. It is
Okay.
It is a camp about like not being Christian.
Okay, I will.
It's not explicitly a conversion therapy camp. You're like not supposed. I don't think it's that.
Okay.
That said, I don't have experience with it. So if we get further and you say it is, I don't think I could contest you on that.
Sure, that makes sense. Okay.
Oh, I will say real quick. These photos were in fact taken by, I believe, mostly AVB, the writer. I could be wrong about who specifically took them, but they are like real photos from just like the wilderness of Seattle.
Yeah, that makes sense. Also, Jupiter. Didn't we have a Jupiter in the last game?
No, you had a Pluto, a Saturn, and a Lunaterra.
Okay, that makes sense. Also, is this the options, or is this gonna summon a ritual?
I think that's options. It's either options or log.
Okay.
Yeah, it's options. I will say, of the three main characters, I feel most confident about, like, I have known or been, at some point in my life, the other two characters, like, broadly speaking. I've known some Jupiters, but I've never been a Jupiter, I don't think. So if you want to take Jupiter, I'm happy to, like, take the other two, or we can trade them off, or whatever.
Okay.
I can also try Jupiter at some point, but I just, like, I don't feel like I can bring
I'm
the experience to the role.
Do we choose one character to, like, start as in this one? Or
no.
Okay. Jupiter, and then you might think, oh, Jupiter is 21, but no, that's the symbol for Jupiter. I'm pretty
sure.
Ow! Ow.
Oh my god, are you okay?
Oh,
this is Venus.
Yeah. Oh, totally. I love Venus already.
Yeah, that tracks.
Totally fine. Ow.
Are you sure? It looks so bad.
Nah, it's nothing. It's okay.
It literally looks like it fucking killed you. Meet Neptune, everybody.
I'm scared of Neptune.
Conspicuously the brownest person in the cast. It's conspicuous to me, of course.
I totally promise I am still alive.
Okay. Don't fall asleep with a concussion. If you do, I'm calling 911.
I won't.
Do. Please, take me with you.
Laughing off a head injury isn't all that Jupiter's... Laughing off a head injury isn't all that Jupiter's good at. She has the best grades in class, and coaches make her starter on whatever team has the most pressing need for someone who can do sports. She's a perfect role model, except for how she always misses the winning goal. She always blinks on the last question. She leads when no one else wants to, which is always. Okay, Jupiter, I get it. Jupiter clutches her head. It hurts a lot. She thinks about hands gently pressing into her temples. It's a relaxing thought until she feels the texture of fingers on her scalp. Jupiter snaps a hair tie against her wrist. See if I can... I don't know if I can do Foley here. Probably doesn't show up. Okay.
I actually did catch that.
Are we
Love the
late?
hair tie Foley.
Great, thank you. Are we late already?
I think we left pretty early.
We've been walking for a long time, though.
I don't think so. Maybe. Not that long. Well, not too terribly long. I guess it's been kind of a while.
We're not late already, are we?
Absolutely. It's 6:06.
Ooh. Why?
Oh no. I told you so. I believe idiot heart jerk face is the other person.
Okay, yeah. Idiot Heart Jerkface says, "Ugh, how much longer are you in Summer Scouts for?"
Resting Witch... I forgot that was her text name. Resting Witch Face. Another week, FML. This is the worst.
I will pray everyone dies.
Stop giving me false hope.
We're close. I'm pretty sure. We have to be.
It's fine as long as we're not the last one there, right? It is utterly assured that they are already there because they did not have to do any of the complete bullshit we just did. I'm genuinely sorry for my horrible life.
Happy hunting, Lamau.
Fuck you. I forgot how funny Neptune was.
Neptune didn't tell us because she was too busy talking with her friends and doesn't care how much trouble we get into. Or maybe she didn't want us to worry for as long as we didn't have to worry. Neptune is very kind or possibly super mean and hates us, but that's okay. She's really funny. Neptune looks in no way like she's supposed to be here. But that's why she's here, of course. For a moment she's about to say something, but it catches in her throat and she coughs instead.
Oh, over there.
Where?
See? That light.
I don't see anything.
It's right there? Cough. I can't do cough fully. Sorry. It's over here.
I can,
Thanks,
so
Juliet.
I'll just take over all the coughing, because I'm always coughing.
Sounds good. It's over here.
And there's the bonfire. We're not too late, right? Haha. Okay. Do we know the bonfire captain's gender?
This is a dude.
Okay. After playing Heaven Will Be Mertazapine, I don't want to make assumptions, you know? Or
Yeah, that's so sensible.
Ha 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 ha. Group West. This is what part of the Midwest is this game set in? Or is this set in the Pacific Northwest?
It is set in the Midwest. I don't know which part of the Midwest because I'm not from there. I think I have heard that this might be from Kansas, but don't quote me on that.
Okay, let's see if I can find a Kansas. Gotta go north, and then you gotta go west. Haha, the Group West's finally here. Kinda early for you guys, huh? I didn't hear y'all swearing, did I? No, sir.
No, sir. Nah.
Sure you weren't.
We promise.
Oh, I believe you. I believe you. I don't know about the rest, though. I love Venus. Venus smiles in that way that makes everyone there want to punch him a little. But that's all that it takes for them to forget we were even late. Oh. Venus can smile and laugh nervously through anything, and the rest of us are invisible for as long as we can endure the second-hand embarrassment. Sit down, everyone. The bonfire captain throws more incense into the fire. The sticky, sickly, sweet smell is the worst thing about camp. It's a terrible blend. Termite-eaten wood from abandoned churches, dry daylilies from the sides of country roads, singed wire from burned-out radios, dubious apologies, ashes of monsters of the week.
Real quick. Is incense a thing in, Christianity? I was generally under the impression that it wasn't.
That's a complicated question, and part of the answer for that is incense is not a thing in American Protestantism at all. Or
Right.
it's not in any part of American Protestantism or especially evangelical culture that I've encountered. You might find particular places where the New Age movements of the late 80s and 90s merged with evangelicalism. You could potentially find it, but those things are not typically what we talk about when we talk about Christianity. If you expand this scope out to, let's say, more Orthodox style churches, more Catholic and Catholic variant churches, you can find like incense. But even that word incense doesn't mean the thing that we in America typically mean when we say incense, if that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Because you can use like, holy smoke and all sorts of things. You have like little like censer bearers, right? A
Right.
censer filled with incense that you then burn and waft around as you're walking through a
Okay.
place.
So this is
Mhm.
notable then, because it is like more evangelical Protestant than Catholic, I think.
Right, yeah. This whole thing does not feel especially like European Catholic, and it also it it intones like, oh, is this going to like lead into weird like cult like or magical spaces, especially with the like weird unreality of the bonfire captain. Like, are these like not people and are they something else? Like, is this magic already? I think is something that is invited by this idea. But then it might be, oh, wait, are the point of view characters that we are following call this incense for shorthand because it's the terrible smell of all the bonfires we have to sit around and sing Jesus songs around.
Yeah.
Uh, and like that description that we just got about like, the smell from churches, from the side of roads, from burned out radios, like this
Right.
disconnect
It
and
amounts to
inability.
incense at the end of the day, even that's
Yeah.
not what it literally is.
So yeah, gross.
I'm
Venus
still
sits with
learning
his.
things.
Uh-huh. Me too.
This was a great collaboration.
Like Venus's pronouns. Venus sits with his legs crossed, taking up as little space as he can, which is at most not very much. It reminds me a little bit of playing Hades, and meeting is it Hypnos, and being like, I'm so excited to discover whatever cool gender Hypnos has going on, and then it's just like, no, this is just Twink. And it's like, that's fine, like, but I thought I was being led down a different path. It's fine. I don't know everything about Venus yet. I'm still excited to learn more. Venus sits with his legs crossed, taking up as little space as he can, which is at most not very much. Neptune remains mercilessly fashionable, watching the other groups like they're the entertainment. Jupiter pulls her legs up and rests her chin on her knees. She's bad at posture, but she is good at being comfortable. She likes the security of holding her whole body. There's a perfect balance of usefulness and liability to the young, for which the Summer Scouts are the most perfect solution. Everyone having a good time? No one is, or has much enthusiasm to fake it. I said, is everyone having a good time? But the captain can be motivating. I said, I'm getting too Kentucky here, but it's okay.
It kind of works for me, but I think you might be leaning a little too
It's
south. Yes.
like it's Benoit Blanc.
I would never insult Benoit Blanc by comparing him to the bonfire captain.
Is everyone having a good time? And doesn't quit until everyone's at least put effort into faking it. Yay!
Yes. Yeah.
Also, if there's loud noises, hopefully they don't show up in the mic. It's game day here in the city. So there are people literally throwing like raging parties right outside my door.
Oh wow.
Uh-huh. Since 8 a.m. this morning. It's very, it's wild.
That's a nightmare.
Uh-huh.
That's awful.
Mm-hmm. This is bullshit. That's more like it. Still a little quiet in the West.
Fuck him.
I can't snort. I'm trying, but I can't do it.
Um,
The bonfire captain picks up his guitar. Neptune doesn't even try to hide her look of pure offense. None of the counselors like to talk as much as he does. He must feel like he needs to give the sermon since he's in charge, but we know the counselors wish they were somewhere else as much as we do. You know, I wasn't the most popular when I was a kid. I got in my share of fights, but I had a couple of guys I was best friends with, and we stuck up for each other. Whenever my parents asked if I wanted to bring one of my friends somewhere, I'd say, I want to bring both of them. I thought I was doing this great thing, not holding one of my friends over the other. But secretly, I thought one of them was kinda annoying. And he kinda was. He whined and wouldn't go along with us sometimes. I felt pretty bad about that, so I tried to be an even better friend to make up for it. And that friend's name was Simon Peter. That's not actually a line. It's just...
I don't understand that reference, but I'm sure the Christians in the audience think it's hilarious.
It's mostly riffing on, like, a guy who's kind of a friend to Jesus, but also kind of not one. Complicated relationship there. Jesus calls...
He has more than one of those?
Yeah, actually. Thomas, Judas, and Peter all get kind of, like, mild contention for that spot. Peter denies Jesus, Thomas doubts Jesus, and Judas kills Jesus.
I have to say, shoutouts to Peter and Thomas, who managed to somehow deny and doubt Jesus so hard that it put them on the same tier as the guy who killed him.
Like, have you ever heard the phrase a doubting Thomas?
Maybe.
So a doubting Thomas is an idiom of someone who, like needs to see physical evidence to believe something, or just someone who's like doubting something that obviously must be true. When Jesus came back from the dead, Thomas was like, hey, are we sure, like, A, that this is the same Jesus who we know, and B, that this guy actually died and didn't just, like, something else happened and now he's here? And Jesus is like, hey, come here. I got these, like, terrible wounds. Like, touch them with your hands. And Thomas is like, oh no, this is out of my league.
That seems eminently normal.
Yeah. Anyways, back to the bonfire captain. I thought if I could work even harder, I'd be able to make up for him. But actually, I wasn't helping him at all. You wouldn't have thought it. I wouldn't have thought it. But in the end, he was the one that got in deep trouble. I probably could have stopped it if I'd told him to cut it out and man up, instead of basically doing the opposite. Some friendships you can keep up. The rest, you gotta leave up to God. Strums the acoustic guitar.
Bonfire captain voice. You need to cut it out and man up instead of doing the opposite, which is keeping it going and feminizing yourself?
Yep.
Jesus, how long will this go on? There's no mercy in this world. You think we're going to the cabin tonight?
I don't know. Probably not.
Good one, Jupiter, but there is no mercy in this world.
Ooh, I need to turn.
I have to watch Neptune's expressions. I'm looking at the dialogue, and then I keep forgetting when she's like smirking or not.
Yeah, Neptune is like the most expressive of the three so far. Venus is mostly scared.
Mouthy.
And Jupiter is mostly like, everything's okay, smile. But Neptune seems to be like actually emoting honestly.
Neptune is a huge bitch on purpose. And it's fantastic. It's our last week at camp and they haven't sent us there yet. And that loser has it in for us so bad.
Can you get like meaner with your Neptune?
Can I get meaner with my Neptune? What would that constitute? And that loser has it in for us so bad.
Great, fantastic. Maybe we won't have to go. I'm feeling optimistic this time.
Why? Yeah, why?
Uh, because.
Oh, this game's good. No, seriously, why? Why would you ever think that?
Hey there, Group West. Feel like meeting the devil tonight? Damn it.
Oh no. Told you. Don't worry, guys. That's not Venus's voice, that's Neptune.
Venus.
That isn't Neptune's voice, which is the problem. Don't worry, guys. I hear hardly anyone ever dies.
Dun dun dun. 7 p.m. He was pretty mad, huh?
He's just an upset puppy. That's not quite the tone. He's just an upset puppy.
He'd have been less mad if you hadn't been texting the whole time he was yelling at us.
Captain will live.
I thought he was gonna knock it out of your hand for. I thought he was gonna knock it out of your hand for a minute.
Ah! God, I wish he would have.
Hey, Venus, you got it? Venus?
Venus! What? Don't zone out. Do you want to die? Sorry, I thought I saw something. This diode shattered. Can you pass me a new one?
Jupiter climbs up the pole to pass a new crystal to Venus. Okay, so we're doing something interesting. Neptune keeps watch, but actually she's mad because fixing the sirens is stupid. Okay, in menial, and there's no reason they should have to do it. Neptune refuses to participate unless we're cutting corners. Here, Venus.
Excuse me. Oh no.
What?
Oh, look who it is.
Also, should we be like saving at some point so we can come back to a save when we're like branching paths? Or do we want to start the whole thing over when we do the multiple things?
I don't think it's terrible. Like, we can click through fairly quickly. I think there might be an auto skip feature. I think that's what that fast forward is.
That makes sense. Cool.
Yeah, I think we should be good.
Great.
Oh.
Group south.
I want to. It's important to me that that I say this out loud. This man has a picture of his own face on his t-shirt.
Okay, here's a question. Do Group South ever speak individually, or is it always as one unit in the dialogue?
This particular line is as one unit, and I think the rest of I think they do speak individually. Yes.
Okay. I'm fascinated. I'm intimidated. I am frightened, and my flight like the fight, flight, fawn, freeze. I'm like in full flight mode in response to this. Like, there's no fawning your way out of this. There's no fighting your way out of this. You gotta skedaddle. Group South says, "Hey!" out of 3 mouths, 3 voices. Hey! Hey!
Hey.
Hey!
Hey.
Group South doesn't really look the same, but we can't remember their look the same as each other. But we can't remember their names or tell the difference between them, which is super mean of us. No wonder they hate our guts. Definitely isn't anything else.
We can just pick up Group South. Like, I truly, let's lean in. It doesn't matter who says a Group South line. You guys got the lake sirens. We got the forest sirens. You guys got the lake sirens. You check your own sirens.
You guys got the lake sirens. You should leave. What? Oh, so it's the three of them each saying the same thing but slightly different?
I guess, yeah.
The bonfire captain told us these ones, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, why are you lying to our faces? Do we look completely stupid? Yeah!
That's what he said. That's what... That's what he said. Venus must have heard wrong. That's what he said. He said Venus would screw it up again. That's what he said. Venus sucks and should go home immediately. Group South does everything perfectly and is the fucking worst. The best kids in a camp for bad kids are absolutely certain to be the fucking worst.
Here's our first decision.
So this is...
I hope you remember alchemical... Are these alchemical or astrological? Astrological symbols.
This is Venus-Neptune, and this is Venus-Jupiter. Which we can remember also because this is clearly the symbol for Venus. Because women are from Venus. And this is clearly Neptune because it's a trident.
Yes.
And this is clearly Jupiter because I don't know. Just
Jupiter is
it's the outlier. I'm gonna lean.
Things.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean this one because this is you plus me.
Like I said, when we pick up like a Venus and Jupiter scene, I'm happy to like trade away, or Venus and Neptune scene. I'm happy to like trade away one of them to you.
Yeah, I'll.
So make the decision based on which characters you want to see, and you can pick up Venus for a Venus Neptune scene.
I'll pick up Venus here. I think we'll do Venus and Neptune.
Sounds good.
I'll go take care of the next one, guys. Guess I'll die. Guess I'll become a lawyer. Catch up, okay? She goes, but Group South doesn't. They just watch.
Venus has a good angry face. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. We can't focus on what we're doing or enjoy it while being watched by someone expecting something who won't say what and won't leave. Venus keeps getting distracted by the lights, and Neptune is keenly aware of the pit in her stomach. There is truly nothing ruder than denying us distraction.
Seriously, what do you want?
Nothing. Nothing. You're cool. Nothing. You're cool. He's the one in trouble.
Really?
Okay, I gotta find my Venus voice. Venus. Lunaterra is sad.
Did you start with Lunaterra because they're both blonde?
I was trying to find the lower part of my register. And my best go-to for that is the Lunaterra and Venus are both pre-defeated. Or at least that was
I see where you're, I understand where you get that, actually. I think it makes sense.
I must not be great. Okay, yeah. I must not be, since the captain's not here.
I might have to pick up that voice instead of my previous, just the mousiest I can do for Venus.
Well, I think Venus being mousy, except against the, bullies, makes sense. Because, that line was Venus trying to stand up for themselves. Group South stares at Venus. Venus ignores them. They can stick around if they want. We can pretend to fix this siren all night. Hey, Venus. Hey, Venus, you're taking a while. Hey, Venus, you're taking a while. Need help. God, I love this characterization of these three.
What characterization?
As this weird, Hydra, you know? I.
Oh god, I'm gonna be thinking of them as the Bible Hydra for the rest of my days now. Fantastic.
Or, like, not a chimera in an interesting way, and a chimera in, like, here are 3 different heads, but it's still just the same thing, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No. Captain said I could do it alone. Go away. It's distracting.
Don't you have somewhere else to be? Isn't Captain gonna be mad if he sees you slacking off?
Nah. He was pretty... Oh, sorry. I was expecting
He
the
was
group self to echo 3 times. The time he just said, nah. Nah.
Yeah. He was pretty pissed off last time, wasn't he?
Nah. We're supposed to be here.
Everyone was laughing.
It's Venus's fault. Nah, we're supposed to be here. It's Venus's fault. There it is.
God, I wish. The worst thing Venus has done is not fuck up hard enough to get us all kicked out. What is your problem trying to get him to do something right when you could be doing something productive, like fucking up and getting us all sent home?
Yeah? Ask him. Yeah, ask him. Yeah, ask him. The captain doesn't like you. Hey! I don't know why he doesn't like you, but the more you try to get on his good side, the worse he'll make it for you. He doesn't need a reason. He hates it when people try to get on his good side. He hates it because it's like you're telling him what to do. Do you want to do the group self?
Sure. Fuck it. Fuck it? Fuck it. Venus, you have to be done by now, right?
Gonna be 1 second. Not much. Let's see, are we done? There we go.
Venus. Venus!
Oh, yeah, I finished a while ago.
Excuse me. What are you even looking at?
Oh, it's nothing. Don't worry, I'll come down. Venus climbs down from the siren, which crackles softly with the faint static of the radio again. It's louder than normal. God is already warning us.
What?
Thanks. And, sorry for fucking up all the time.
I literally don't care. They're idiots. They don't get it at all. They're so obsessed with you, it's so weird.
They hate me, though?
Obviously? Is that supposed to make a difference?
Does it not?
Oh god, I really wish you would fuck up so bad that even Captain hated you. It'd be a good look for you.
Oh. But I don't think I actually could. Mess up on purpose, I mean.
It's literally as easy as doing nothing.
I know. Sometimes it feels harder to not do something than to do something. I wish I was a little more like you. You deal with this stuff so easily.
Venus,
Yeah?
you're never allowed to think I have it better off than you. Ever. It's the worst thing you can do.
Oh. I'm sorry?
Sometimes I kind of envy you, Venus. And other times I really kind of don't. What a weird, fantastic relationship those two have.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that about every pair of characters in this game, but it's true.
I have like an idea, I have an image in my mind of what that situation would have looked like if Neptune had walked away and like Jupiter like tried to take care of defending Venus and like diffusing the situation instead of being like so like I'm not going to do everything like reactive the way Neptune is. Because Jupiter is willing to like be the leader when no one else will and everything, but then like that deprives Venus of the opportunity to like experience that confrontation and everything. Anyways, this is we'll see. That's just my idea in my head of the way that could go. Now we're back all three
Excuse
together.
me.
The road there is through the woods, but not far. We just follow the sirens to where they're covered in vines and their lights don't work so well anymore.
Oh, right. I'm Venus again.
Mhm.
Um, it's fine.
It's fine. We still can't quite believe it's a house humans are supposed to spend a night in. It has electricity, unbelievably, and also illegally, because it could likely burn it down and kill everyone. What is it?
Venus's expression right now is just like Venus's expressions are much more subtle than Neptune's,
Mm-hmm.
but like the bitch face here is so exquisite.
And like Venus was like wide eyed just a little bit ago, even in
Yeah.
like difficult situations, and here just like
I'm trying to
here's
think
the
of
place
something.
I deserve to be, I guess.
Yeah. I want to find that like the mean Venus register that you had.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of something positive to say, but I can't. It's a work of actual art. I'm truly impressed.
In all kinds of ways.
Seriously, I'm in awe. No ordinary idiot built this cabin. An ordinary idiot would have given up long before this. It takes a truly extraordinary idiot to keep it something he has no idea how to do.
It's like that one house, you know, the meme house that from the forum.
God, yes.
The windows.
I pray we never have to meet him.
Hmm.
What?
I was just thinking. It's like guaranteed the captain built it, right?
If you tell a joke with a face that straight, someone impressionable, like, well, I'm losing my Neptune voice because there's so much. If you tell a joke with a face that straight, someone impressionable like Venus is going to believe you and be terrified for the rest of their life.
I'm totally serious. Can't you
Yeah,
imagine?
the Venus expression between those is so good.
I'm totally serious. Can't you imagine how proud the captain would be of himself? He'd never think he was doing a single thing wrong, right? There's like half a dozen horrifying shacks here. He must have had so much fun.
God, hold me, please. You've chilled me to the depths of my soul.
Jupiter snaps her hair tie against her wrist.
There's something wrong with the lock.
Is it broken? I don't hear any static. It really is broken.
That's so dangerous. No one would leave it unlocked like that, would they?
No, they wouldn't.
They could have broken it and not told anyone. That'd be just like Group East. I think Group South was here last? Or them, or anyone. They're all jerks who'd rather let the next group take the fall than fix it, so what does it matter which one it was?
The crystal and whisker look fine. It looks like someone tried to tape it together, but it must have come loose.
It could have already been like this, but that kind of charm doesn't break that easily, I don't think. You just need to make sure the wire is securely touching the galena.
I'm gonna be like real straight up with you. Whatever's going on here is not something I have ever experienced in any religious or occult traditions I have like personally encountered.
Yeah. That at this point, I start to be able to distinguish a little bit better between stuff that is peculiar to we know the devil.
It would be very funny if, like, oh, it's part of the catechism that everyone learns before, after their christening and before their first communion, is to know your crystal from your whisker.
Yeah, that is actually probably like I bet you that all three of these kids would say this. Like you could ask Venus about this, and Venus would be like, "Yes, that is part of the catechism. I do it all the time."
God.
Do you do the catechism all the time? Is that how that works?
Sure. I think it depends on it. How much you do the catechism, I think, depends on how young of a child you are, and how much or whether your like faith progresses past the point where it is first initially explained to you as a child. Because part of the purpose of a catechism is to like a child can start to understand the ideas of like see spot run.
Okay, wait, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
What's a catechism?
Okay, so catechism can be a few things, but catechisms are often either specifically like aligned with the Book of Common Prayers, or as like the catechism I was taught as a child, which I feel terrible that I can't recite right now, which is a like series of like maxims that are kind of like they're not exactly like the Ten Commandments, but they're like not that far away. It's like here are a series of true statements about our faith, and that you can like repeat verbatim. That are like they're like things in the Constitution or whatever.
Huh.
They're descriptive, but they become prescriptive with the way that you can be like taught them as a child. Does that make sense? Like, there is but one God, and there's no other God before our God.
Right.
Like that as an idea is like, okay, you could teach a child to repeat that before they understand any of the context of what that means, so that then once they start developing language and interiority and like an understanding of the world, one of their foundational principles is already that there is but one God, and there's only our God, and there is no other God, like, beyond.
Right. Okay, so this is where the Pledge of Allegiance comes from, then.
Yeah, basically, the Pledge of Allegiance is a catechism, in a real way.
Yeah.
We just don't call it that. Jupiter relaxes slightly. She is more worried about the devil than any of us, but all of us are worried. Though, not that worried. Humans are much more likely to kill you than the devil is, statistically. What a great line. Like screen cap, like this is the thumbnail for this. Okay. So this is Jupiter and Venus, or I'm fascinated by Venus. I'm interested in following the Neptune through line through these. So we're gonna go Jupiter plus Neptune.
I guess I'll come. No, wait. Sorry, I'm having trouble because I think the way I usually drag this out is on the vowels, and this is supposed to be dragged out on the consonants, but also it looks weird to put a lot of E's in guess. I guess I'll come.
I think you
Venus,
just
plug my
brought the
phone in.
vowel. But
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I mean, if you're that insistent, I don't want to look like a jerk by saying no.
Haha. Rad. Are you good, Venus?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting. Yeah, I'll
I'll
unpack.
unpack. This is what we need to start doing for group south is that we both say all of the group south lines, just like over top of each other.
Hive mind Venus.
Uh-huh. Holler if you need anything. So we don't know contextually what they're going off to do as Venus goes inside, but maybe to like reset up some of the like warding crystal formations or talismans of some sort.
Think so?
This place looks like it was a greenhouse once, but at some point it was filled with furniture, like someone tried to live here and gave up, or died because it was a fucking greenhouse.
Famously, people die in greenhouses all the time.
I mean, I think a greenhouse is a great place to spend many hours a week. I think a greenhouse is a terrible place to try to live. Uh,
Fair.
there's a bed that was probably very nice, but now it is growing poppies, and blue mushrooms are growing out of a lampshade by the nightstand. So we suppose the shack is now a greenhouse again. Neptune searches a beautiful, enormous dresser, nurturing an ivy with white bell-shaped flowers, while Jupiter brushes leaves away to open the doors of a tasteful kitchen cabinet. There's a new kind of lily in each shelf.
This place is honestly the weirdest.
Really? Here, come look.
Oh, wow. I'm revising my opinion. Maybe the captain is a true genius.
Do you think he did this?
I hope not, then I'd have to like him.
Oh, here, you should see this one. The wood is warped or rotting, which we knew before she put her weight on it, but didn't know well enough because the door and then half the cabinet, and then the whole cabinet, slough away. We pull each other out of the way. The collapse of the cabinet sounds like the wet wood yawning and screaming for a full minute.
You okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine. I was just... For a moment, it was the funniest thing in the entire world. I mean, of course, right? I just walk in here and without even trying, instantly cause the biggest possible disaster to happen. It was so pretty, too. And now it's just impossible to put back together ever. Maybe I'm a genius at getting things wrong, too.
It is absolutely gone forever, Jupiter.
I know, but I should have...
Jupiter, I promise on a stack of Bibles it's not your fault, and I will slap your face if you say it was. I will punch you in the face for every word you say. I am so for real.
Thank you. I wasn't really going to. I promise. Oh, sorry, yeah. Neptune takes her hands off Jupiter's shoulders. We look around. Jupiter snaps her hairband against her wrist. But for a moment after, it feels like we're holding each other. We can feel the hands, like they're right there in the air. And then we move apart. Did you say good?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Or is it not? Okay. I mean, like, aren't you doing fine? Aren't you trying harder than literally everyone else here?
Yeah, but I have to try harder than live everyone else here. That's, like, what I'm obligated to do. Anyways, let's find out what the actual line is.
You're so chill about everyone's bullshit, it makes me so mad, and then you won't even extend... then you won't extend even the slightest of that chill to yourself, and that makes me even so madder. Can't you just be a little less... good?
I promise to try. At least. Well, sorta.
God. I've
None
had this
can.
conversation with people.
uh,
I've had this conversation with a lot of ex-Christian queers, I feel like.
Me too.
uh,
Because like, which part of the conversation? If I, yeah, yeah, that's the
yeah, no,
joke.
I know.
We're
This is why I
supposed.
assigned you Jupiter, because I was like, I don't know what that's like, but you do.
Hmm. God. Uh, we're supposed to sleep in shifts, but no one actually told us how we're supposed to do that. Who can fall asleep in an instant and wake up in an instant on demand? Not us. Jupiter is bad at waking up, and Venus is bad at falling asleep, and Neptune is fantastic at both on no schedule but her own.
Oh, I
One
love
way or
the
the
final
other.
episode of Twilight Merge.
Yeah, uh huh, uh huh. Um, God. You know who I still really like?
Uh-huh.
Grand Magnificent.
Yep.
Anyways, one way or the other, sleeping sounds like too much work, so we're not going to do it. Oh my god, Venus, I love you so much.
You know what? You take Venus this time.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Just for this.
If we had one more, we could play euchre. Is there anything fun to play with three people?
No.
There's lots of things. Maybe?
Let's not, though.
I miss euchre.
Surely there has to be something better we can do with our lives.
Kavi, have you ever played euchre?
No, I don't know what euchre is.
I was gonna say, have you ever experienced anything about euchre? Euchre
This is,
is
yeah, I've experienced one thing about euchre, and it's this scene from We Know the Devil.
euchre is actually a really fun game for four people,
Uh-huh.
or for a large number of even, like large number of people that is an even number where people play in pairs and they just keep going around because it's 2v2 game, played with a normal deck of cards that is bridge like. It's a trick taking game, and it is like, I hate to be this person, but like, I miss playing euchre so much. I got to play euchre so much growing up. It is a weird little trick taking game that is really fun, and if there's any easy way to play it online with my friends, I would. Um, you can play bid euchre with three, but bid euchre is technically a type of gambling, so we aren't taught it.
Did you play it a lot in, like, with people you knew from church and stuff? Or, like, in
Uh,
Christian social circles specifically?
So, not exclusively in Christian ones, but if you went to a big family reunion, there'd be potentially a lot of euchre going on. At a lot of show choir competitions, uh, you would play euchre either with people you knew or to meet people you didn't. Um,
You are so much more of these characters than I am.
uh,
I'm so I've been excited, like this is why I've been like looking forward to this literally all week because like
mhm.
I like it is so much fun to just see you like exposed to this and be like, "Oh, that's me," about every single thing that happens.
And the weird thing is, euchre is a game that like seems like it should be so close to deterministic, like so
Uh-huh.
close to solved, but because you play in like partners with, it's supposed to be no communication. If you know your partner really well, you can cheat, and cheating is a big part of like communicating what suit we should actually play for Trump, etc., etc. Um, anyways, God, I miss euchre. Nevertheless, we can get back to the scene. Jupiter kind of rolls her eyes and dot dot dot. Hmm.
I'm very upset at you both.
Um. What are things normal kids are supposed to do in this sort of situation? Like truth or dare or something?
That's a bad idea.
That's a really bad idea.
That's a great idea.
I guess it's an okay idea. Well, it's not terrible.
Great, everyone agrees. It was a wonderful idea.
Neptune, you go first.
Why?
Because seniority. Ooh, this little song.
You're Venus, by the way.
Oh, sorry,
one.
yeah, I forgot.
As a
Yeah.
tweaker.
I'm the oldest though. Then because for some other reason.
Fine.
So how do you play Truth or Dare?
Oh my god. Are you for real?
You alternate Truth or Dare and you go around in a circle and whoever.
I need to save you two from yourselves. Cough, cough. Thanks.
Oh, that sounded fine to me.
No. Everyone shut up and listen to me. If I go first, like you just said, I ask you truth or dare, and then you pick, and then I think of something horrible. Okay? I cannot believe either of you.
Oh, wait, then.
It's too late, you already said I could go first. Own it.
Okay. Okay. Okay,
Who is Neptune going to destroy this scene?
I'm so interested in Venus, but I feel like I know a lot about Venus already, and I feel like there's so much more to like unpack about Jupiter. So I'm gonna say we stick Jupiter and Neptune for this one.
Sounds good. Fine, you then.
Truth.
Who do you like?
You didn't hold back at all.
There's no mercy in truth or dare, Jupiter.
Well, I don't really.
I absolutely will know if you're lying. Don't dare.
Okay.
I will know.
Jupiter snaps her hair tie against her wrist. Well, blushing furiously. Then, you already know.
Just kidding. That's a dumb question.
Oh, that's fine.
He's so boring anyway. It's not like I can actually imagine you fawning over some dude.
Crickets. just 20 seconds of silence with like a beat.
Neptune is really hanging it out here for Jupiter.
What's that supposed to mean?
You just aren't the sort of person who'd chase after someone.
The thing is, if I can project something onto these characters a little bit.
Please do.
For Jupiter in this moment, her understanding of the literal foundational underpinnings of how the world works do not allow her to have gay crushes or gender crushes, period. Even if she's actually experiencing these things, her literal way of viewing the world denies that fact to herself. And so it becomes literally not something you are if somebody says, hey, you need to tell the truth about this, and then asks you a question, well, the answer to that is there is no answer, which is the truth. Because if you say something, it either can't be true phenomenologically or isn't true personally. There's no thing that satisfies both of those
right.
If P then Q true tests.
Right. It is either existentially impossible for Jupiter to have a crush on a girl, And Jupiter doesn't have a crush on any guys because she has a crush on a girl. So there's no answer.
And even if Jupiter has like a weird thing for Venus, there's still some complicated gender going on there. So it's one of those like yeah. Anyways, next line.
Like, you wouldn't let them think they were worth that kind of effort if they didn't deserve it, or let them think they were better than you if they weren't. And who is, anyway? No one's that cool.
Thanks. I think that was a compliment. Though, probably no one is ever going to want to date me.
You want anybody to date you? Anyone to date you?
Is that your truth or dare question?
Damn it, you're too sharp.
Neptune, you're the sort of person who'd wish for infinite wishes first thing, just in case it worked, right?
Hey, whose turn is it, huh? Wait, no, that's not right. Hey, whose turn is it, huh?
Aw. But I wouldn't have had an interesting answer either. I would have just said, I'd only want to date someone if someone wanted to date me.
You're doing it again.
What?
You're... Never mind, you win. Venus, you should pay attention. This is how you get out of playing stupid games.
Okay. So, whose turn is it?
Oh, no, you don't. I told you that wasn't the question. You just went and answered it on your own.
Fine. You got me.
No excuses.
I guess that's fair.
Of course it's fair. If there's no answer, it doesn't count. Okay, then, here it is. Ready?
Totally.
Ruth, who does Venus have a crush on?
Shh.